The Baltimore Ravens have been through a roller coaster of a season, but after Week 17, it feels like a breath of fresh air for the team and its fans. Watching the Browns pull off a win against the Steelers was an emotional ride that no one wanted to endure again, but it provided exactly the boost the Ravens needed. Cleveland jumped to a 10-0 lead early on with standout performances from Sanders and the rest of the team, and while the pace slowed as the game went on, the defense was relentless, keeping Pittsburgh in check despite missing key offensive players like DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin. Watching that game, you could feel the relief wash over Ravens fans everywhere, knowing that their season was still alive thanks to their rivals' effort. It's a strange feeling to root for a division opponent, but sometimes the circumstances demand it, and Cleveland came through in dramatic fashion. The Steelers repeatedly squandered opportunities, making it clear that sometimes football can be cruelly unpredictable. The Ravens didn't have to play that Sunday to get help from the Browns, which made the outcome even sweeter. Meanwhile, Baltimore had already done their part against Green Bay, a team riddled with injuries but still talented. The Ravens dominated with their identity firmly in place, leaning heavily into the running game with Derrick Henry leading the charge. Over and over, they ran the football, asserting physical dominance and wearing down the Packers' defense. Watching Baltimore execute in this way was a reminder of what this team has been capable of. Over the years with Lamar Jackson under center, the relentless ground attack showcased the strategy the Ravens built their team around. And Derrick Henry's performance was nothing short of historic. 36 carries for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns highlighted his dominance, while Tyler Huntley contributed 60 yards on 8 carries, and Keaton Mitchell added 31 yards. It was a display of raw power and consistency that had fans cheering for every play, reaffirming that this is how Baltimore's offense should operate. The offensive line played a crucial role in making this happen, providing protection and opening lanes that allowed the Ravens to control the game from start to finish. Despite the victory, there were some inconsistencies on defense. Nate Wiggins struggled, and Marlon Humphrey had moments that weren't up to his usual standards outside of his interception, which came thanks to some mistakes by Green Bay. Even so, the overall balance of the team allowed them to execute the game plan effectively. The Ravens capitalized on opportunities, the running game dominated, and the passing game managed efficiently by Tyler Huntley complemented the ground attack perfectly. Huntley went 16 of 20 for 107 yards and a touchdown, showing poise and control without forcing risky plays. It was textbook game management, giving the team the chance to win without unnecessary errors. Baltimore's ability to dominate on the ground repeatedly against a talented opponent was a sight that many fans had been waiting for, especially with Derrick Henry finally fully integrated into the offensive system. Watching him thrive in these moments while Huntley managed the passing game smartly gave a sense of confidence going into the critical Week 18 matchup. With the Browns' victory, several other team standings also shifted, indirectly helping the Ravens. The Bengals' win over the Cardinals worsened their draft position. The Bills' loss dropped them to the 6th seed, and Houston now sits in the 5th seed with a dangerous defense. All these outcomes collectively create a scenario that Baltimore can capitalize on, offering a strategic advantage as they approach the playoffs. For a team that started the season 1-5, facing countless obstacles and doubts along the way, the Ravens now have a real shot to make a run at the division and potentially more. It's a remarkable turnaround, and it speaks to the resilience of this team, the coaching staff, and the leadership on and off the field. Fans can finally breathe a little easier, knowing that despite the challenges, Baltimore is back in contention and looking stronger than they have in recent weeks. The conversation around Lamar Jackson also continues to heat up, especially with his absence against Green Bay due to a back injury. Some voices have questioned his commitment, citing reports about missed meetings and off-field distractions. However, the facts are clear. Jackson is dealing with injuries that require careful management, and the team must consider his health first. Tyler Huntley's performance against the Packers was excellent, but it doesn't diminish Lamar's impact or importance to the team. Even if Lamar is at 70 or 80%, his ability to create plays, extend drives, and threaten defenses in ways Huntley cannot makes him the preferred choice for the critical games ahead. The debate around starting Huntley over Jackson in Week 18 seems more driven by recency bias than by actual strategic sense. Jackson's leadership, vision, and dual threat capabilities remain unmatched, And when paired with the rejuvenated offensive line that dominated in Week 17, Baltimore has the tools to take on any challenge. The offensive line's recent performances have been key, giving Jackson the protection he hasn't consistently had all season and allowing the running game to shine as a result. Looking ahead to the upcoming clash with Pittsburgh, it's clear that the Ravens need to maintain this formula. Derrick Henry and the ground game have to remain central. Huntley must continue managing the passing game efficiently, and Jackson, if healthy enough to play, should lead the charge. The synergy between the running attack and the passing game creates a balanced, formidable offense that can wear down opponents and keep defenses on their heels. Baltimore's ability to lean into their strengths while adjusting to situational needs is what has kept them alive. This late in the season, the resilience, adaptability, and determination shown by the Ravens in Week 17 exemplify what it takes to succeed in the NFL. And the lessons from these recent games will be pivotal as they push forward into the final stretch of the regular season. As we dive deeper into the Lamar Jackson discussion, it's impossible to ignore the intensity surrounding his potential return against Pittsburgh. Fans and analysts alike are scrutinizing every report and statement, dissecting his readiness as if the quarterback's health were somehow up for debate. Lamar has faced injuries throughout the season, including a back issue that kept him out against Green Bay. And while some critics have been quick to jump to conclusions about his commitment or mindset, the reality is far more nuanced. Injuries are part of the game, and managing them wisely can make the difference between a playoff run and an early exit. Tyler Huntley's performance against the Packers was excellent. He managed the offense efficiently, made smart decisions, and complemented Derrick Henry's historic night. But even with that success, the argument for starting Huntley over Jackson in a high-stakes Week 18 matchup seems misguided. Lamar Jackson, even at 70 or 80%, brings an unmatched dual-threat capability that forces defenses to account for him in ways that a backup quarterback simply cannot replicate. The gravity he imposes on opposing defenses alters game plans, opens lanes for the run game, and creates opportunities that extend far beyond what stats on paper might reflect. Considering the offensive line's recent form, the timing couldn't be better for Jackson to return. After struggling with protection issues throughout much of the season, the line stepped up against Green Bay, providing consistent blocks, opening lanes, and allowing both Henry and Huntley to thrive. The cohesion of this unit has transformed Baltimore's offensive identity, enabling the team to impose its will physically on the field. Watching the offensive line dominate, controlling the line of scrimmage while Jackson orchestrates the offense, is a sight that recalls the Ravens' identity at their peak. It's a blend of brute strength, precision, and timing that has been a missing piece at various points this season. This week, Pittsburgh presents a tougher defensive front, but the principles remain the same. Assert control early, lean into the run game, and let Lamar Jackson's presence dictate the flow of the contest. The synergy between the quarterback, running back, and offensive line is the formula that has carried Baltimore through critical moments this season. And preserving that rhythm is key heading into the final week of the regular season. The Ravens' schedule and playoff scenario amplify the stakes, with Week 18 serving as a winner-take-all scenario. The margin for error is minuscule. Every matchup matters, every play carries extra weight, and the team must balance aggression with prudence. Cleveland's win over Pittsburgh not only revitalized Baltimore's playoff hopes, but also reshaped the dynamics across the league. The Bills dropping to the 6th seed, the Bengals' draft position worsening, and Houston sitting in the 5th seed collectively create an environment where the Ravens can approach the game with strategic advantage. Yet, this also adds pressure. One misstep could undo weeks of hard-fought gains. In this context, the debate over quarterback decisions, while sometimes overblown, is understandable. Fans want clarity and certainty, and analysts are quick to speculate, but ultimately, the team's internal evaluation of health, readiness, and matchup strategy will dictate the optimal approach. Lamar Jackson's ability to create opportunities, extend plays, and challenge defenses physically remains a decisive factor in how the Ravens approach this pivotal game. Looking at Tyler Huntley's contributions, it's clear why he has earned respect and attention. His composure in crucial situations, decision-making under pressure, and ability to manage the game without forcing risky plays have been invaluable. However, the distinction lies in what each quarterback brings beyond statistical outputs. Huntley excels as a game manager, ensuring stability and efficiency, But Jackson introduces a level of unpredictability and playmaking that can change the course of a single possession or a game entirely. The Ravens' offensive philosophy relies on maximizing these unique strengths. And when Jackson is healthy enough to execute, the offense reaches a level of versatility and potency that few teams in the league can match. It's not a matter of undermining Huntley's achievements, but recognizing that Jackson's return amplifies Baltimore's existing strengths, particularly in high-stakes matchups where every yard, every first down, and every scoring opportunity is magnified. The Ravens' dominance in Week 17 also highlights the importance of maintaining physicality and consistency. Derrick Henry's 36 carries for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns were historic, but they also underscore a principle central to Baltimore's identity: relentless execution on the ground. Henry, backed by a now cohesive offensive line, creates an environment where the passing game can complement the run, rather than compensate for weaknesses. This balance is critical when facing a defensive front like Pittsburgh's, which is designed to disrupt the running game and pressure the quarterback. Lamar Jackson's mobility and ability to extend plays offer additional layers of complexity for opposing defenses, making the Ravens' offense multidimensional and difficult to contain. Combining this with Huntley's reliability ensures the team has depth and adaptability in case of unexpected circumstances, giving Baltimore a strategic edge that few teams possess in such high-pressure situations. Off the field, the discourse surrounding Jackson reflects broader trends in professional football. Scrutiny intensifies when a team's success hinges on one player, and narratives can shift rapidly based on recent performances. While some critiques may stem from frustration or recency bias, they highlight the public's fascination with high-profile athletes and their impact on the game. For Jackson, the challenge is balancing performance expectations with managing health and longevity. The Ravens' coaching staff and medical team play crucial roles in this equation, determining when and how he can contribute most effectively. Week 18 is not just another game, it's a culmination of strategy, preparation, and calculated risk. How Jackson performs, supported by the offensive line, Derrick Henry, and the rest of the roster, will shape Baltimore's path into the playoffs and potentially define the season's narrative. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Whispers began to ripple through the league after an urgent alert echoed across television screens, sparking immediate debate among analysts and fans alike. According to early chatter circulating within ESPN's inner circles, the Baltimore Ravens may have quietly positioned themselves to land pass rusher Jaelan Phillips, a move that, if confirmed, could reshape the balance of power in the AFC. While nothing has been officially stamped or unveiled by team executives, the mere suggestion of such a deal has already ignited speculation across locker rooms and front offices. Phillips' name has long been associated with explosive athleticism, relentless pressure off the edge, and a rare blend of speed and power that defensive coordinators crave. For Baltimore, a franchise built on defensive identity and tactical discipline, the rumored acquisition feels less like a gamble and more like a calculated strike. Insiders suggest the Ravens see Phillips as a potential cornerstone, someone capable of elevating an already aggressive defensive scheme into something even more suffocating. Sources close to the situation hint that conversations accelerated behind closed doors, fueled by Baltimore's urgency to reinforce its pass rush and Phillips' growing reputation as a game-altering presence. The Ravens' front office is known for operating discreetly, often allowing deals to surface only when all the pieces are aligned. That silence has only amplified the intrigue, leaving fans dissecting every comment, every pause, every carefully chosen word from team representatives. Around the league, rival executives are reportedly monitoring the situation closely. If Baltimore truly managed to secure Phillips, it would signal an unmistakable message: the Ravens are not content with incremental improvements. They are aiming to dominate the trenches and dictate tempo on both sides of the ball. For Phillips, the move could represent a new chapter, one where expectations are sky high and every snap carries added weight until confirmation arrives. The story remains suspended between rumor and reality. Yet in a league where smoke often precedes fire, the buzz surrounding Jaelan Phillips and the Baltimore Ravens refuses to fade, suggesting that something significant may be unfolding just beneath the surface. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.